Right then. Right, bike's all filled. Bike's all filled. Let's get me a bloody McDonald's. And when I say a McDonald's, I mean a wrap at the day. Because it's Friday. And on Fridays, it's the sweet chilli one. And a sweet chilli crispy wrap is god tier. Especially on a Friday. And I'm only not wearing my gloves because Mackey's is there. Oh. I'm not saying I never, but I don't think I've done a drive-through on a motorbike before, so this could be a bit of an adventure. But I have prepped myself, so I've got my bank card in there, good to go. And I've got my gloves off, ready to receive. And because I'm only getting a wrap, I'm just going to stuff it in my tank bag, and then I'm going to go and eat it. You are on your phone. And then I'm going to eat it in the car park like a child.
What can I get, please?
Hi there, can I just get a wrap of the day, please? Just by itself?
Yeah, is there anything else?
No, that's it, cheers.
If you'd like to make her your first week, though.
Thank you, bye. Oh, yes. Oh, wrap me up. Wrap me up? What am I on about here? So yeah, I'm going to dive into this wrap of the day. And then I'm going to go for a little ride. Are you alright?
Just the wrap, yeah?
Just the wrap, yes please. Thank you very much. Yep. Cheers mate. The next thing motorbikes will have is start-stop technology.
Alright mate, just pop the next window for me.
Yeah, yeah. Cheers. Just pop to the next window for me, please. Yeah, motorbikes will have stop-start technology in a few years, I reckon. Do people already do it anyway? No. Right, this bit will be boring, so I'll stop recording and I'll see you guys in a bit. That was very nice. I just had a lovely gentleman in that Defender. Just after I'd finished my wrap, he came over and he was like, "Oh, lovely looking bike." I'm like, "Oh, thank you very much." But you should have seen it fucking earlier, mate, when it was dirty as hell. You know, like the you know, like the type of shit that people would write on. And he'd be like, "Oh, I wish my wife was this dirty." I was about to say I wish my mum was this dirty. I don't know why, and I don't know why that even popped into my head, but sorry mum if you watch this. I'll wait here then. Yes, always lovely to get a compliment on the machine. Right, so today it's going to be a bit longer than the one the other day, so I'm sorry, strap yourself in. So I'm going to do about, I'm going to keep an eye on the clock on this one. Ugh, sorry, that's disgusting. So I'm going to hound it down the link road for a little bit. That's the A361 in North Devon. I'm going to hound it down there for a little bit. I say hound it, but it's a 40-mile-an-hour limit after this Barnstable bit, so past that the cruise control will be going on. and I'll be chilling out until I get to the area I want to be in, and then from there I'll switch it back on for a little bit, because I did have a bit of constructive criticism from a friend of mine. I come on here, I chat shit, I waffle, I do a little bit of bike tour, but then didn't really see much riding. He said he wanted to see a bit more riding, so I don't think he meant at exuberant speeds either, and I hope he didn't, because I can't ride at exuberant speeds. I mean, anybody can ride in a straight line, but being quick round corners now, that's an absolute art, and it's an art I haven't mastered yet. North Devon is much colder of late. I don't know, what do they call it? The Saudi Arabia winds. Well, that's just what covered my fucking car in sand. But yes, anyway, so the Saudi Arabia whatever came through. I don't even think that was it, but yes, and that's made us all a little bit colder. Excuse me for a second. I don't know why I keep finding hairs in this helmet. Maybe it's to do with me, maybe it isn't. I've got some little genie in my closet. They're coming and they're trying on my helmets, and they're leaving their pubes in it. Oh, and he's off. Oh, and the trailer's pulled out. Love a filter lane. FYI, that's what a filter lane's for. You are allowed to stay in it. But people say, like, oh god, what is it? The god, I can't remember the name of the road now. The Stonehenge one, anyway. That road. Oh, that was a bit windy. The Stonehenge road. You know when you go on it and it says queue using both lanes, but then you get people just like blocking because they're like, people are overtaking them. They're not really overtaking you. All they're doing is just going with the flow of traffic and doing it normally. Ooh, that's going to be a controversial subject. If you don't agree with me, I don't really give much of a fuck. So people love a dry road, don't they? That's one thing you get a different perspective of on a bike. For anybody that watches this that doesn't ride motorcycles, firstly, hello. How did you get here? And yeah, second, just to let you know, there's a completely different perspective on a bike. You're obviously you're more upright and stuff like that, but you don't have loads of like, what's the word? I suppose metal barriers all around you, so you can see more, I suppose. And on a bike, I don't know what it is or anything. You can tell it in a car anyway, but on a bike, you just seem to be so much more aware of it. You can just notice people like on their phones doing something dodgy, dogging on the move, things like that. Here we go then. Portmore roundabout, where it all begins. That's part of the golf course, right? And they're turning some of that into like a new build estate. If anybody watches this that is thinking about buying a house there, don't, because as soon as it rains, that place turns into a fucking floodplain. I mean, I'm sure they'll do like mitigating things, but yeah, see that little pond there? That's your house, basically. Right, okay, so I'll go onto the bike here, right? So radar cruise control, bang, 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 bang. Okay, so I'm in there, so that's locked straight onto the car in front, and I'll put the speed up so it'll match anyway, but it'll just stay the distance from him. I am always a bit wary of it when it comes to junctions. When it comes to junctions, a lot of the time I will switch it off. I will switch it off, or like, or just roll off the throttle just so it disengages it, and then I'll go back in afterwards. Because I do think, I don't know, I just think if somebody pulls out, or if he pulls off or something, it might not be as quick keeping up with that, if you know what I mean. And when this thing does slam on, it does fucking slam on. So yeah, so that's something I'm always a bit wary of. So this junction up here, I'll just roll it off disengage for a little bit because, but yeah, it brakes, it speeds up. That's why I always put the speed up a little bit. So there you go, it's braking down. So I'll always put the speed up a little bit, so it'll go with the flow of traffic. Otherwise you'll just sit there. It works really well on a motorway as well. This is like, I mean, I don't really cut up and down the link road as much anymore, but like if I was, like, this is brilliant for this 40 mile an hour at the moment, because obviously they're widening the road, so it aids in traffic flow and stuff like that. But like shit like that, like, make your mind up, make the filter lane started back there. Look at me getting all judgy. Oh, hello GS. I fucking love a GS. I'm sorry KTM, but after this I'm more than likely going to have a GS. I had a GSA before this, and my god, such a good bike. This is absolutely brilliant. I haven't ridden a GS since I've had this though, to be fair, so who knows. I do really like this bike, but it's just not a GSA. That is it in a nutshell. The suspension on this is mega though, and you can actually feel the difference, like when you like flick a mode or something like that, like flick over to like sport mode or sport suspension or something, for example, which when I get up onto this road that I want to do, I will be, so that'll be quite nice. And everybody's braking up here, so yeah. Right, so I fear that I'm going to go on for ages and just be boring as hell, but I thought it might be nice to have a little bit of a chat. I'll come back in a bit and I'll have a rant, and then I'll just be out on roads doing a little bit more riding, but not in a 40, I'll say that. Okay, so oh look, a little tornado. Okay then, goodbye for now. I didn't need to brake there, and I'm sure my mate will be screaming there going, no you fucking didn't. So what's going on in my life as well then? So my life, I'm sure most people know anyway, from my job, from some of the previous videos that I've banged up anyway. I'm in the military. I've just done near enough, well, by the time I've left I'd have done 12 years. So yeah, I've decided I'm leaving. I'm off to other things. I suppose apprehensive is the word. I am looking forward to leaving though. I don't want to put the army down as a bad career or anything like that. I've had awesome times, and I've really enjoyed it, but now the time is right for me. I've been on a bicycle ride and popped out there before, but yeah, now the time is right for me, so on to other things. So next year, next year I'll be back to being a dirty civvy again. 12 years a slave, I like to call it. If I ever make a video of me leaving the military, I'm going to call it 12 years a slave. It is bloody cold today. Jesus. Oh, it's also April Fool's Day today. Maybe that's the Lord our Saviour up above playing a little joke on us. Although, is that an urban myth actually? People always used to say to me about the anybody else ever heard of the 12 o'clock thing? Like, if you can't do an April Fool's joke after 12 o'clock, as in midday. I don't know if that's true or not. If anybody does know, tell me below. Or just message me, because I know most of the people that watch this have my number. Little glove. Out into the middle of the road, being visible for the junction. There's such a thing inside my head sometimes going, don't pull out, don't pull out, don't pull out. When you ever see somebody appear at a junction, a little bit me like I roll off a little bit and I'm like ready to like jump for the lever. Also, I've widened the camera angles because I was quite aware it was very zoomed in. It was very close in. So junction number one. I've widened the angles out a little bit, so I hope it looks better. You never know, it might make me look less fat. What are we saying about that? People are just going to write "you fat fuck" underneath, aren't they? Because that's exactly what I'd write. I will say this: it is quite windy up here. Right, I'm going to leave the chat portion of this because I feel like I've ranted on for a little bit too long now, so I'll leave it at that. I'll tell you what, no I won't. If you're not vaccinated, you're a dick. There we go. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. So I'll do a little stroll around the bike at the end of this video, but other than that, thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching this video and you watched my last one, thank you, because my last video, like at the moment, it's on like 700,000. I haven't made it that big. It's on like 700 views or something. I don't know how that's happened. I don't know how it's like appeared up in like YouTube or something like that. But if you have watched that video, thank you, because it is like, it's nice to know, like people that watch any of my videos, like thank you, because it is nice to know, because you do put a bit of effort into it, like editing down and stuff like that. And then like I enjoy doing this anyway, but then like the time with like any of my drone videos or my GoPro videos, like from skiing or just flying about, anything like that, like you do put time into it, so thank you for watching. And if you're not watching, fuck off. Right, goodbye everyone. Welcome to the wonderful Blackmore Gate, where people come to piss and I come to shit. No, I'm joking, I don't come here to shit. I come here halfway through a ride or something, if I'm on the way, to do little stupid videos like this. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So, this is the bike. I've just cleaned it, so it looks fucking brand new right now, which is nice. I've got an Acra pipe which I put on it. That's very expensive. I bought that when there are no alternatives, so now there is an alternative. So personally now I'd just buy something else. But there we go. I've got it now, and it looks amazing, and it sounds amazing. Drilling the things out of it, I'm not going to say it because you know what, was a bit of a pain, but did that, replaced it, riveted it, put the carbon cups back in. It was very nice. That's my cool cover thing. That is amazing, by the way. And also, after I washed my bike, I got back on the bike, and my seat wasn't wet because all the water had obviously fallen through all of this and then drained out the bottom. It was very nice. That's the power part seat as well, because I have a very sore arsehole. The KTM crash bars as well, because Jesus, that wobbled a bit. Because Outback Motortech haven't come out with theirs yet. That is on the way though, so watch this space. I won't be doing that because I'm probably never going to take this fucker off road, because I've got it on PCP like most people, and it's really expensive. I think this is like a little pyramid type headlight guard thing, just goes on with like little sticky pads. That's brilliant. I've had that since new. It works well. Bark Busters, they were a bastard to fit. but they're on. I've obviously got my Moscow tank bag, which I talked about before. The Touratech top box. Have I got anything in there? A couple of dildos. No. And yeah, got the pannier racks, and then I've got my Moscow Moto packs on it. Oh, and a Touratech side stand thing. I did have one from Paramoto, but I had the Touratech one on back order, so I'll put that on now. So there we go. Right, I'm going to leave. Goodbye. I'm going to finish my ride. I hope everybody enjoyed.